John, did you trim your beard?
No.
It looks like it's straighter.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. It looks like it's flatter on the bottom.
I did. I mean, I didn't. I paid somebody to do it because I cannot.
And that's what they did. Okay. How much did that cost?
It's a lot.
So, did they use like one of those fucking hedge trimmers? Just get over here, John.
No, it's crazy. So she lays me back in the chair, and then she just sits there like with the like a regular clippers, and she just like zit, 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 so like she goes across, and then she like looks at it, and then yeah.
She didn't get like one of those paper cutters.
That would have been. That would have worked. It would have been a lot more efficient too. Oh my God! Let me tell you,
Can we get back to how to get rid of my beer belly?
Well, yeah, we already told you.
History Repeats Itself is a comedy podcast. Kevin, John, and Greg are not experts, historians, or even all that smart.
Hello and welcome.
I can
to
see.
History
Wait, I can
Defeats
see
Itself.
all my.
My
I
name
can see my
is
lines, my laugh
Kevin
lines on my recording. Go, beep, beep,
Rosenquist.
beep, beep, beep.
Greg is still talking. Thank you for joining us. We are a comedy podcast that wonders why we as humans never learn from our history. Of course, as usual, I am joined by two men who both are hoping this podcast goes quickly so they can get ready for their midnight showing of the Barbie movie. John Banks and Greg Mitchell. How are you guys?
Is this the first time you've been joined by two men?
Did I say it was the first time?
I think he was just asking. He was getting clear. No, you didn't. You didn't imply one with the other. So,
Well, that's a weird question.
I mean,
You
now
said
people
I'm
wanna
joined
know.
by two men.
No.
I just wanted to know if that's the first time.
No, this is our 115th episode, so I've been joined by two men 114 times.
How many times?
How many
naked?
times did I fuck two men?
Whoa!
I don't know. It
Kevin.
sounded like that's what you're getting at.
Kevin, this is for children. This
This is a
podcast.
family podcast all of a sudden.
It's supposed to be a
John-
safe space.
John is coming to us on location in Eugene, Oregon.
I am.
How is Eugene?
I love Eugene, and to the listeners in Eugene, you have a very lovely city.
Mm.
It's
I
no.
wonder how many Eugene listeners we have.
It's no.
Wouldn't it be funny if
Springfield.
someone was like outside the door going, "Thanks, John"?
Oh, I did. I actually got stopped today, and someone commented on the T-shirt. So, not that they knew what the podcast was. They're just like, "I like your T-shirt." I go, "Oh, it's his podcast," and I don't care.
I had a doctor's appointment yesterday, and the doctor was like, "I like your shirt," and I was wearing that. I didn't even realize it, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't usually wear inappropriate shirts like this to the doctor, but
I wore my shirt to the gym today.
yeah,
I always
it's
get comments.
I don't think it's inappropriate. It doesn't. It's not like "fuck off." Like,
no,
that
I
would
know.
be-
It is a
It's just
man on the toilet, though.
Everyone sits on the toilet, Kevin.
Yeah,
That's true.
everybody
That's true.
poops. They wrote a book.
Everybody poops. We talked about that. I still haven't finished it, John. Sorry.
I mean, you can literally finish it while you're shitting. Like it's not. It's a quick.
There's
read.
kind of a plot twist. Guys.
Okay.
Hold on.
And see,
There's a baby.
see, now
There's
Yeah.
a baby.
the
Oh
hell
my
is
God.
going on? We have a special guest
Aw.
We have a
today.
visitor.
That is a cute little baby.
For
Oh my
those
God,
of you
she's
who are on the video
so-
podcast, you can see that a baby has joined us.
She is so tiny.
Oh,
she
my
doesn't look
gosh,
happy.
she looks very happy to
Okay.
be doing this right now.
You're being weird.
just so happy.
It's not weird.
No, it was the baby's not weird. What you're doing with the baby's weird.
You guys, you had to see her.
She is very
Like
cute.
she's smiling.
No.
I seriously think she pooped.
This is going to be very entertaining for the people who don't watch it on video.
Okay,
Maybe-
I'm holding my granddaughter. Okay. You guys say hi and shut up.
Hi and shut up.
Hi and shut up.
Thanks, Jen.
Bye, Nova.
I remember saying shut up to my kid when he was a baby so many times.
I
Did you
didn't say it to Nova. I said it to
Oh.
you.
Oh,
Oh.
I misunderstood.
Okay, sorry. We're back.
So how's life as a grandparent having a baby in the house?
It was great. I just got to hold her for a second and show her to you guys.
So what's it like now feeling as old as you look? Because I would imagine that was a pretty nail in the aging coffin for you, having a grandchild. No more denying.
Yeah, is it weird that my kid is only like 2 years older than your grandkid?
Well, you started super duper duper exceedingly late.
But we're more talking about how old you are.
Oh, we are? I'm not that old.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like if 42 is old, guilty.
If 42 is old, then I am fucking ancient.
Yeah. I'm a few years past old.
It's really hard to answer questions from you assholes because they're asshole questions.
They are asshole questions. Okay. All right. Before we lose all of the listeners, let's get started. Okay. It's my turn
Hey,
to
if my
lead.
granddaughter interrupting the show loses listeners, fuck them.
All right.
I was more talking about the lack of entertaining conversation between the three of us.
I didn't think that was bad.
She was the star.
She was. She's very cute. Very
Yeah.
cute.
Very cute. Oh, yeah. Follow us on social media. Okay. I have a question. Oh, no, I'm off Threads. I don't have time.
That was
I
quick.
don't have time to keep up with it. It's so much. It's
Don't follow us on
ridiculous.
Threads.
Do you guys like to dance?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I grew up in a religious town where dancing was prohibited.
Until Kevin Bacon came.
Kevin Bacon. And John Lithgow, he tried. He tried to stop us.
Oh, he tried, man.
Kevin danced, and so we all danced.
Mm-hmm. Well, good.
And then we fucked because that's where dancing leads.
You and John Lithgow?
Yeah. That's why he didn't want to dance.
Surprisingly generous lover. You know, like you wouldn't have
Yeah,
thought
really
that
is.
from his movies.
I do love.
consider
I'm
it.
a terrible dancer, but I do love to do it.
All right. Have you ever felt the uncontrollable urge to dance?
No.
I mean, yeah. Sometimes the rhythm is going to get you.
So is that the song that gets you?
Yeah.
Rhythm is good. Is that what is that? Gloria Estefan?
And the Miami Sound Machine.
Oh, I forgot about them. I don't want to. Yeah, sorry if for all the members of the Miami Sound Machine who are listening. I should have given.
Sometimes
you
you have
proper
no choice and you just have to fucking move to the music, man.
It's true. Tonight we're going back in time, way, way, way back to the year of our Lord 1518.
Wait, before we go back, and if we're doing a time machine, shouldn't we just go back and kill Hitler? Like, I just,
Good point.
if we have the ability to travel through time,
Yeah,
Let's
why do
kill
we
Hitler.
want to learn about dancing?
Yeah.
Why are we using it for that?
I don't know. I thought that'd be fun. I thought this would be funnier.
no, okay. I'm
All right,
sorry.
1518, the year just got started.
Which was the site? Oh, I'm sorry. Way back in the year of our Lord 1518, as I said, in a city called Strasbourg in the Holy Roman Empire, which was the site of what became known as the Dancing Plague.
Oh no.
Oh, shit.
In July of that year, a woman named Frau Trophia began to dance fervently in a street near her home. No music, no obvious reason. She just danced. This wasn't a joyful jamboree. It was more like a marathon, and she couldn't stop running. Not much is known about our girl Frau Trophia, but records show that she danced for nearly a week straight. Local residents were...
Did she stop to poop? Actually, I have a lot of the same questions that you guys asked me about the,
About the
ultra
running.
marathon.
the ultra marathoner. That makes sense.
How did she pay for pizza?
Yeah, did she pay?
Local residents were obviously perplexed by this, and it became even weirder when it started to spread. During the week that Frau danced, 34 others joined her. In a month, that number rose to around 400. People rarely stopped to eat or drink, and they didn't seem to notice a fatigue or a pain in their feet or anything like that. They just danced.
It
This
spread
sounds like drugs.
it
was
spread
drugs
like
involved.
cream cheese on a bagel.
Turns
What?
out there was cocaine in the water.
I remember hearing about the story, so it's gonna be really interesting to hear your take on it, Kevin.
My take?
I read about it.
Oh.
Oh, did you read a book?
I didn't read a book. I read an article.
I read an article. I read the gist of an article, basically.
I read the headline. Kevin dances.
I did call you in our most recent newsletter the Cliff's Notes of HDI.
Does that make you feel better?
I thought it was
to make
funny.
fun of me.
Yes, actually, yes, a lot.
I feel like it's an insult.
It is an insult.
Okay.
100%.
Well,
You know what
I
happens-
guess, do you feel insulted?
Yeah. You know what happens in our society when one man makes fun of another man that's a
duel-
little insecure,
a
and
duel.
there's something called toxic masculinity going on.
No.
Definitely a duel. We have to have a duel now.
Yeah.
We'll prove who's the more toxically masculine.
We both have to draw John's beard in 10 seconds and see whose is better.
I am not an artist, so I'm going to lose that battle.
Mm. Well, this is a work of art, so this face. So don't worry about it. You can just charcoal my face and slam my head into a piece of paper.
I've noticed your beard has gone a little bit grayer, John.
Quite a bit grayer. Yeah.
Does that happen when it goes to Oregon?
I don't think it's going grayer. It's been pretty gray the whole time.
It is different
actually,
lighting because he's got hotel lighting, and hotel lighting's very good.
Yeah, and you just turned to the side and I saw the black.
There's
streak, so it's
a
better.
little there's black.
Now that's the beard I remember.
There's
Okay,
black there.
good.
Yeah. There we go. I'll talk like
Congratulations.
So this unexplained booty moving caught the attention of the authorities, but they quickly realized that they had no fucking clue what to do about it. So
Well, there's not a lot you can do.
Like how quickly did like two guys walk up and not even say anything and wait like a second? Go, can't do anything about this.
yeah, they looked at him and then just went, "This is weird. I'm out."
I'm gonna go make bread because it's the 16th century and that's pretty much what I know how to do. So,
And they got to be witches.
yeah. Somebody grab a bucket, a duck, and let's find some water.
Well, if you find a duck, you're going to probably find water.
Yep, it's true.
That's ideal. So they enlisted the help of local physicians, which, as we know from previous episodes, isn't always the best decision. This was what would that be like? God, it would be like 300 years before H.H. Holmes. So that's not good.
300 and
No, yeah, more. Yeah,
Yeah.
like almost close to 400 years before
Yeah.
H.H. Holmes.
So you're not going to get the best care.
So you didn't need the bone saw. All you had to do was like have a rock.
Yeah, you didn't even get a bone. They had invented bone saws
Yeah,
yet.
exactly. They didn't know how to like heat the ore, make the metal. Yeah, so they're just basically like, here's a rock. You're a doctor.
Do people have to get referrals for that? Or they have like PPOs?
It's like, did you bring your insurance? Oh yeah, that's not covered here. We don't take Blue Cross Blue Shield, unfortunately.
But you know what? I'll give you I'm going to hit you in the head with a rock anyway and see what happens.
Business is slow right now, and I got a lot of rocks.
They're stacking up.
So the physicians got together and decided that they decided on a cause for.
Where did this happen again?
This was in Strasbourg in the Holy Roman Empire. I believe it was actually in a part of what is now modern day France.
So then the population was pretty big, I guess, to draw from. It wasn't just like a little tiny hamlet.
Don't know.
Because, 30 people are dancing, and if there's more than one doctor, gathering around and thinking about what they should do, it seems like, okay.
Then the town's going. Got to
It's
go
a real
on
town.
a little bit. Yeah.
You probably got a cobbler.
Maybe a city. There's a cobbler. Yeah.
You probably got a blacksmith.
I guarantee you got a blacksmith. You got a baker.
There's an
You
arrow.
definitely got a baker that's fucking making bacon baguettes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe this baguette is very good for you. Maybe it will stop the dancing.
There's a potato farmer.
Now I want a bacon baguette. That sounds amazing.
Oh yeah.
I said baking but bacon
I thought you
baguette.
said bacon baguette.
No,
I was like, that
that's
sounds
even-
good.
That's even better.
That's way better. Yeah. All right. So the physicians got together and decided on the cause. Hot blood.
Can we? Oh, I wanted to guess. Damn it!
Fever on the brain. I do have a lead in for you next. Don't worry. So
Okay,
fever on the brain, and they decided that the only cure was to gyrate this fever away. So they encouraged the dancing. So the authorities had a stage constructed and brought in a band and professional dancers to encourage dancing away the hot blood. They even brought in strongmen to hold people upright as they got tired to ensure that they danced out all their sicknesses.
So is that song Hot Blooded the true story of this story?
I think you should check it and see.
Yeah. Who is that? I can't think of that. Who's the band?
Foreigner?
That sounds
Foreigner,
good.
yeah.
Is that Foreigner? Yes. Fuck you. I've been listening to a lot of 80s on 8 lately.
You have? Cute.
So the higher ups of Strasbourg soon realized that they had made a mistake. Because people started to die.
As we're wont to do.
It was 1518, so the records are sketchy at best. But some reports say that up to 15 people per day died, mostly from strokes and heart attacks.
That's a lot of dying.
It's a lot of dying.
Like on the dance floor.
Yes. But if I'm gonna go, I want it to be while I'm dancing.
You think they were listening to like Rick Astley? Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
I feel like
They were listening. They're probably listening to the other Rick Astley song.
I'm unfamiliar with that one.
It's Hot Blooded.
Oh,
It was a cover. It was a cover of Foreigner's "Hot Blooded."
So I would imagine the band would be like a guy with a ukulele, maybe like a violin, some spoons. I don't know.
Well, there was probably like these people were not,
all accordions.
they were
man.
not
It's
having
France.
a good time dancing. So they were probably like all those minstrels are playing and stuff, and these people are like, "Fuck, this sucks." All right, so of course we know now that intentionally increasing your fever is not the best idea. Usually you want to go into like a tepid pool of water to try to bring that fever down, not just
Define
what you're-
tepid.
What I hear you saying is they should have been playing smooth jazz
yes,
to get that
smooth
fever
jazz
down.
and slow dancing like junior high kids.
Save room for Jesus.
So they realized that the hot blood theory, was probably wrong. They pivoted and they came up with a new theory. This is where I'm asking for guesses.
Okay. Based on previous information, I'm going to go with they stoned them.
No, that's a cure.
No.
He's talking about-
They decided that the hot blood theory was wrong. They
Right.
were wrong about that. So they came up with a new theory.
Oh,
What do you think it was that they thought was causing this?
the devil,
Satan.
Lucifer,
Witchcraft.
the dark prince.
Kenny G. Kevin Hart.
You guys are holy wrath.
Oh,
Holy
damn.
wrath.
Like Ghostbusters.
They decided it was the work of Saint Vitus. Are you familiar with Saint Vitus?
No.
If he's not the one that you drink in March for, then no, I don't know who he is.
Not St. Patrick.
It's the only saint I know. The Saint Vitus was a Catholic saint who pious 16th century Europeans believe had the power to curse people with a dancing plague.
Ah,
No.
come on. What? If you
Pretty on the nose, right, Greg?
No.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to get a fucking ability to curse people, is that the one you want?
So
It's
here's
an odd
okay,
one.
wait. So I just want to. This is I get a little confused, right? So
Really? You?
there's holy wrath, and then there's like evil. So how do you pick a lane, right? Like how do you know?
They are pretty close to each other.
Are you being punished by God because you've done something bad? Or are you being punished by the devil because you did something good?
And are you being punished by the devil, or are you just being used by the devil?
Right?
Listen. It's there's very thin lines here, little thin
Yeah.
margins. Like I mean, let's think about this. Like
It's like a Venn diagram, so there's
Yeah.
overlap.
I mean, no matter what you're suffering, right? So
Right.
you're suffering no matter what. It just depends on which side you want to be on.
Okay.
I want to be on John Banks' side.
Well, then grow a beard, you son of a bitch.
I have a beard. That's the weird part. is
No.
I
Does
do.
that's not
Does John's setup look? Is he doing this because he wants to look taller? He looks big, like because his computer's so low.
It's like a crotch shot.
He gave me one of those earlier. It was disturbing and
I
erotic.
don't think he has a ton of control over that,
I
Kevin.
don't.
So maybe don't make fun of him.
Yeah.
He is traveling after all, and he did make the
Jeez.
podcast.
Wow.
So
Greg
why are you
is-
riding him so
No,
hard?
listen. I do appreciate that, John. And but Greg, you are very sensitive. Are you
You know
like
what? Greg's right.
he's
Fuck
a
you,
change?
Kevin.
He's a changed man since he became a grandfather.
I am not. I'm not overly sensitive. I just fucking hate you, Kevin.
He
my
really
God.
ratcheted up his crotchiness.
John said the same thing to me earlier that he really hated me.
Yeah.
Well, we both.
I
you've
asked
been
if he
talking
wanted me
about
to
it.
die in my sleep, and he said, "No, I don't want you to go peacefully."
I did. It's true.
He wants you to
did
go
say that.
violently. He
We
wants
decided
you
we
to-
decided that the worst way to die was that the lower half of your body was on fire, and the upper half of your body was you were drowning. You were drowning from the top up.
You're upside down in freezing
Yes.
water with your legs on fire.
Yes.
That's a pretty good
that was
way.
the worst way to go.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Because your brain
And
is just not going to be able to cancel out that pain.
Yeah. It's so confused.
Can a shark gnaw at you at the same time?
It's like a little
But not like your head, just gnawing on your arm. Not enough to kill you,
right.
And you see like your favorite food in front of you. And like I'm eating it.
John's got some tiramisu floating in front of him.
Right. Me and Kevin are eating tiramisu, and he's like psychologically damaged too.
No, you're eating it and spitting it out as if you don't like it.
Yeah, that's right. We have no appreciation for it, and we're burning books. Yeah, that's John's ultimate death.
All right, so
Like
they decided
Kevin's death is his bangs being clipped off.
Well, first they're
that's
like
my death.
They're like,
Yeah, like that's like
they're like
That's where all my power is.
that's your life source is
My
your
Achilles
bangs.
heel.
Yeah.
they're all wispy in the water, and at least he's taking comfort in his bangs as he dies, and then we cut him.
My death is that I melt like that Nazi in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That is a bad way to go.
That's not a great way to go.
Do you remember watching that movie when you were a kid and go, man, that's fucking horrific?
Yeah.
Yeah, same with Temple of Doom had some moments that were scarring
It
for young
did.
people too.
Remember the heart that was
the heart
beating up
thing.
some-
Oh my god, the heart thing was
God.
terrifying.
That
What
was
about
fucking
Bambi?
Awesome. Yeah,
Bambi was not
wasn't
great.
good.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
That is a shitty way to
Mm-mm.
start a movie. Murder.
Well, it gets
Not
your
great.
attention.
It does. And you gotta make kids tough.
It's true.
Well, no point in sugarcoating anything.
So,
Life's gonna get ya.
so they decided it was the work of Saint Vitus, as we talked about, and
That sounds like an oral hygiene disorder.
they did,
You got the Vitus.
Saint Gingivitis. Dad, I'm kind of buzzed.
One must floss with the horse, or the hair of a horse, to prevent Saint Vitus.
That sounds actually like a pretty good dental floss back in the day.
I bet that actually would be pretty
I bet it
solid.
worked.
Yeah, yeah. So the leaders did what any logical leader would do.
Murder.
They banned dancing and music and forced the inflicted up into the hills,
You can't
Where-
do that, man.
where they were made to wear red shoes sprinkled with holy water, walk circles around wooden figurines of the saint, and pray for reprieve.
That's
I mean,
a
that
lot of
is-
work, man.
that's
You
just
can't
science.
just banish your problems. They don't
No,
just
no.
disappear.
That's science. That's how you get it done.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, so the dancers slowly began to end their gyrations over the course of a few weeks, and by September the plague had ended. So now, what do you say, Greg?
It worked.
It worked.
My hat's off. That was smart.
Now you guys know what to do anytime you have any sort of issue.
The worst part is it reinforced their fucking stupidity, though, because anytime they had a problem, they're like, okay, let's paint their shoes red and sprinkle some fucking holy water on there and send them off.
Yeah, we
You can't
kind
do that to all your problems.
of still do that sort of shit today in religious circles, right?
I do that with all my bills.
I do. That's how I treat my my recurring case of gonorrhea. So, red
I mean, aren't
shoes,
all
holy
cases
water.
of gonorrhea recurring? Does
Does gonorrhea recur?
If you keep having sex with the same crack whore, it keeps coming back.
Okay. The crack or the gonorrhea?
Yes.
All right, so it's been 500 years since
Oh.
people got their groove on for no apparent reason. Obviously, most of us are logical enough to dismiss the Saint Vitus theory.
Says
So what
you.
the hell? What the hell caused this? What do you guys think?
Okay, so what I'm going to say is two things.
Okay.
Sometimes when we share these types of topics, it's easy for us to look back with hindsight being 2020 and going, "Oh, those ignoramus people, they just didn't know anything and they just guessed and they're so fucking stupid." But if you look at the problems we have today, we might be a little bit more sophisticated, but as a whole, we're dumb as fuck still.
I agree.
And
We have a
you know,
podcast about that very thing.
100 years from now, when people are doing the history defeats itself,
podcast.
yeah, I know. And 100 years from now, when people look back at our podcast, they're gonna be like,
In the archives, in the historical records.
Those three white guys,
Yeah.
they didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. They were
I've
really
talked to Sheena
stupid.
about that before, where I'm just like, I wonder, like when we're old and our son is like, what is he gonna say? Like, Dad, you can't say that. You know, like what's gonna be the thing that I'm like, what? I thought I was cool. I thought I was okay with saying
Dad, you
that.
can't have bangs.
He's not gonna have hair when he's older.
No.
Yeah, but he's gonna look at these videos and be like, God, Dad, you're so pasty white.
I don't look pasty white right now.
Yeah,
It's
he
gonna be
did a lot of
really.
work
I
on
think.
the
I think.
scarring.
I think pasty white by the time. Yeah, it's gonna be super in 30 years.
It's kind of
So there's-
now.
There was some kind of psychological disorder that was like a mass like hysteria, and it was
mass
contagious,
hysteria.
and it's like
Social
when
contagion.
when people start to it's kind of like when people look at each other and start yawning. Same kind
Yeah.
of thing with
Hey.
dancing.
I hate this term, but put a pin in that because we're gonna get to that in a second.
About yawning.
No, about mass hysteria. So the first theory that they came up with was ergotism. And this is from WebMD, also called St. Anthony's fire. Ergotism is when a person
Wait, I
or
thought
animal.
WebMD was also
St.
called
Elmo's fire, not Anthony.
Yeah, that's right.
Let me finish the sentence and you fucking understand it.
I like that.
Also
fucking
called
movie.
St. Anthony's fire. Ergotism is when a person or animal eats food that has been contaminated with a fungus called C. purpurea. Purpurea. The fungus is most commonly found in rye, but it can affect other grains and grasses as well. The
Wait.
main symptoms.
Wait. Like seriously, wasn't that one of the same things that happened with the witch trials in Salem? Wasn't that like I think the same thing? It was like there was like a fungus in the rye, and they believed.
Oh, like an ergotism thing? Yeah,
Yeah.
it could be. It could be. Yeah. The main symptoms of ergotism are gangrene, which is where your limbs can swell up and fall off. And another main symptom is convulsions and hallucinations, as the fungus produces a chemical similar to LSD.
Yes,
Oh,
I was right.
nice.
Drugs.
Yeah, yeah. We could have saved ourselves a lot of time. We've been like, John, you're right. Good night, everybody.
Money and drugs are always the answer.
But that theory
It
isn't.
was St. Elmo's fire, by the way. I mean, we got to go back and correct you.
What did I say? I
Okay.
said St. Elmo's fire.
Yeah, you're
Oh.
right, John. He
Okay.
didn't say St. Elmo's
Yeah.
fire.
No, because that's not what it was called. St. Anthony's fire. Damn it.
I think
There's no such
Anthony
thing.
Michael Hall was in St. Elmo's fire. So
That's
I
where you're getting
guess-
confused, Kevin.
Yeah, you're confusing the character with the actor.
Maybe next time don't do your research on Wikipedia.
I should consult you two idiots.
No,
Yes,
don't do that.
No. I will check Wikipedia for you and filter it in a way that you won't come off stupid.
It is called St. Anthony's fire, not St.
Okay.
Elmo's fire.
I just think you're wrong.
Okay, that you can think whatever you
I
want.
saw the movie. I never saw a movie called St. Anthony's Fire.
You saw the movie St. Elmo's fire. Was it about gangrene and?
That's besides the point, buddy.
Okay, fair enough.
God.
Another.
Why is it when you get attacked, you have to attack back?
Isn't that what that's humane nature?
Yeah,
I was just asking.
you should.
So the
Next
theory
time,
of
Kevin, throw open a
egotism,
ball.
the theory of ergotism, is not really accepted anymore. Observers
that's
said that
funny.
the people
Sounds funny.
didn't look like they wanted to be dancing, and ergotism shouldn't allow someone to be able to dance consistently for days.
Oh, God damn it! It's not drugs.
So wait a second. If you look at somebody and they look like they don't want to dance, aren't they just like everybody?
They're dancing, but they don't want to. They're just like, oh,
No.
my God, fucking-
There's
I
like
hate
3
fucking
people
weddings.
on the planet that like dancing.
You guys both said you did, so you're 2 of them.
I was kind of misleading. I wasn't being true to myself.
I like dancing. I think it's fun.
Courtney will dance like if she needs bass. If there's bass in it, she's dancing.
She needs,
That's how Sheena is, too.
bass. Well, Jennifer needs cocaine. A little different than bass.
Similar results, though.
Yeah.
I was, however, concerned about the possibility that the 3 of us could have ergotism. I want you guys to listen to the rest of these symptoms: headache,
Oh, fuck.
nausea.
Wait a second. Wait. Did you research this on WebMD? Because
Mhm.
every time I read that fucking website, I'm convinced that I'm going to die. So
Listen
go.
to this. This is exactly from WebMD.
Okay.
Headache, nausea, Stomach issues. We've all got
That's
those.
me for sure.
Cold, pale skin.
Oh, Kevin.
That's me.
Jesus.
Weakness. That's John. Excessive
whoa.
sweting. Excessive
Whoa.
sweating
That's
is
Kevin
Greg.
again. Kevin again.
Smelly poop is Greg.
That's me.
Difficulty speaking, John.
Greg. Oh.
Temporary blindness.
I blinded my right eye
Salivating a lot.
when I'm hungry.
I'm drooling right now.
So okay,
what happens when
I'm
you
pretty
start?
concerned for us.
What happens when you start talking about a steak?
do they
You just can't help it.
on WebMD? Do they say it if 3 people share these combined symptoms?
There's concern.
Yeah.
One of the things that really made me laugh is that WebMD said smelly poop. Because I'm like,
I didn't
All
even
of
think
it
about that.
does poop?
Yeah.
I mean, poop pretty much
Yeah.
regularly smells.
It's
And
waste.
also, you're supposed to be some fucking really good publication. Why do you use the word poop?
I know.
You could say excrement.
or feces. Like, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
why do you say poop? It said poop.
Turd.
Because
They
they
should
know
use
the
word
average
turd.
listener or the average reader is just like us. We're just
Mhm.
like fucking dumb. What's fecal matter mean again?
Someday we're gonna find out WebMD is just like Wikipedia. Like, just people just update shit and just.
Oh, you're
It's not
trying,
really.
you're trying to figure out why fecal matters. Like,
God, John, I hope you're high.
no.
Damn it.
So the other and most likely theory is, Greg.
Mass hysteria, motherfucker.
Yes, a term that used to be called mass hysteria. Apparently, that's not appropriate anymore. It's now called mass psychogenic illness.
Who are we offending by saying mass hysteria?
I don't know. They kept
The
saying like
hysteria.
previously known
Hysterectomies.
as. I don't know. I don't think so.
The Greeks. We're really offending the Greeks.
You know what's funny is when you said the Greeks on that last episode, and I think you meant the Romans.
About sex? About anal?
What? Is that what we were talking about? He's right. We were talking about butt stuff.
Yeah.
You're definitely talking about the Romans.
No, I was
and
talking
not
about, I mean, the
Greeks.
Romans too, but no, it's the Greeks. Because it's actually, that's slang. Greek is slang for anal. So they don't call it Roman. They call it Greek.
Good point.
Yeah. So
That's complimentary.
that is a whole country. Like, like there's no sexual act called the American.
The whole
Mm-mm.
country in your butt.
Mm-mm.
No, Americans just fuck the world.
Yeah, there you go. I guess that's what we should call climate change. Just call it the American.
The American. Well, it's not just us.
I think China's doing a pretty good fucking job at it too.
But we really kicked that shit off.
well, we don't care.
China doesn't seem to care either.
Yeah, the people probably do. As opposed to the government. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
So,
I've never even been there.
mass
Probably doesn't even
psychogenic
exist.
illness or mass hysteria, as we know it, it involves many individuals suddenly exhibiting the same behavior. It spreads broadly and rapidly and is generally caused by psychological stress. And at the time, the people of Strasbourg were experiencing famine. There were new diseases popping up, and they couldn't grow
And they
crops.
had all just gone to a dance workshop.
They had all just
So they had just invented clogging.
And Kevin Bacon just got there.
they just
He's
discovered Dancing with the Stars, and they were very excited.
They were excited to show off some new moves.
They wanted to get on that show so bad. That was
They
their
were on the
ticket
Tucker.
out.
It was, that
Ticket
was, that
out of
was,
Strasbourg.
that's where Tucker Carlson filmed his season. Yeah.
There you go.
Strasbourg.
Then they were also very superstitious, which is not surprising for the time. So
I'm
all these
pretty
things,
superstitious.
all
so I
these
share
things
that.
combined. What's that?
I said I share that with them. I'm superstitious.
Oh, that's right. All these things combined with the religious fears and the lack of education, you can kind of see how the mass hysteria could happen. And the fact that the inflicted people were put in the middle of the town with musicians and a stage helped the spread of the hysteria. There was a thought at the time that some people were dancing intentionally out of fear that Saint Vitus might become angry with them as well if they didn't start dancing. So
Yeah, that could be powerful.
yeah, absolutely. Especially when you're that religious and
Yeah, if I saw Kevin dancing, I'd probably shake my booty a little bit too.
really.
Yeah, you're kind of the leader.
No, that's
Well,
true.
you're very sexy when you dance. Not
You are
at any other time.
very attractive.
Like,
I
you
am
walk-
very attractive.
You
when I
walk like a
dance.
baby giraffe, but you dance like heaven.
You got the hips. You got the hips of an 11-year-old boy.
My
but
hips
still,
don't lie. My hips don't lie.
I don't know what they say. They're not telling the truth.
Can you hear my dog barking?
Yeah, I was going to ask whose dog was barking, but I remembered that John Banks is in Oregon.
That would be my dog, and it's there's thunder, so that's what he does. Okay,
I don't blame him. That's shit scary.
So also the perhaps if the dancers weren't displayed the way they were, then people might not have been seeing it the same way and worrying about their own potential curse. So maybe it doesn't spread that way.
Well, if people didn't see the dancing, they probably wouldn't start dancing.
That's the kind of what it's saying.
If that first person just stayed at their house, then we wouldn't have an issue.
She did dance outside of her house, though. Initially.
Yeah, but I mean,
and then the authorities are the ones who said, "Hey, let's put all these people in the center of town. We'll build them a stage. We'll get, I don't know."
I mean, they just wanted a party, though. At that point, they didn't realize it was going to lead to damage. At this point,
they just wanted
dude, we could have an incredible party with this. Are you kidding me? They got some EDM acts. They're like,
the Holy Roman Empire is throwing a kegger.
Yeah. They made some sick flyers for that, too.
The keg back then was just basically an open barrel that you scooped your beer, your stein in.
Just stuck your head in there.
Yeah. Just got waterboarded in.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to do a headstand. Oh, God, I'm drowning.
Blip, blip, blip. He must be a witch. He's a Coors Light witch.
Who wants this double-barreled beer bong?
We're going streaking in the quad.
So the dancing plague of 1518 remains a mystery. There are books and documentaries about it. There's a Kate Bush song called "The Red Shoes."
I think we should pause right now and listen to it together.
No.
Okay.
And Florence and the Machine have a song called "Choreomania" that was inspired by these events as well.
This thing gets 2 songs. 2.
And we don't even have one.
We don't.
You said you knew this story, Greg. So you read about it. So I mean, that's, it's definitely still something people talk about.
When he says he read about it, he means he listened to that Florence and the Machine song.
I have a terrible memory. I read about it, and as you say things, I go, "Oh yeah, that's kind of right." My memory sucks.
Your memory does suck.
And I remember finding it kind of intriguing because I like mass hysteria shit.
It's interesting. It's definitely
when people behave erratically and it's kind of contagious. I like that.
Well, I definitely there's when a lot of women used to, a lot of teenage girls used to cut themselves. That was always done. It was always pockets. So one teenager would start cutting themselves, and then the rest would. So it would be in isolated areas.
Oh, John, this is a comedy show, buddy.
No, but I'm just saying.
Not that
time people don't do that, but I'm saying that basically it was that. That was a form of social contagion. So it's we will mimic each other, healthy or unhealthy.
John's still waiting for everyone else to grow a beard like that.
I mean, I've been waiting, and I mean, Kevin can't. So he's got an excuse.
Poor little
I gotta
guy.
hit puberty first.
You'll get there, buddy.
It's weird. He's going bald, but he can't grow a beard. You're not, Kevin. You're not bald.
You're not going bald.
I'm getting there.
I mean, we're all getting there. On a long enough timeline, we're all going
I already got there, man. I got a grandkid.
So the story was interesting to me because for the reasons that we just started talking about, because even though it's ridiculous, it's not that far from how we behave today.
I really would have loved if you would have said, this story was not interesting to me, but I
don't know why I did this one. This was a terrible, terrible decision.
We're going to do a do-over.
But Greg took my favorite 2 topics, seatbelts and H.H. Holmes.
And skinny dipping. Oh, wait.
Damn it, that was going to be my next one. But we act impulsively, make irrational decisions all the time. I mean, we talked about Salem witch trials. That'd be one thing. McCarthyism is kind of the same thing as the Salem witch trials. Trumpism,
taxes,
prohibition, invasion of Iraq. There's all sorts of shit that kind of we do that mass hysteria thing all the time. I mean, QAnon. The fact that we just follow, you know what I mean? And just blindly follow other people based on
Flat
fears.
Earth? Who the fuck?
Yeah. So anyway, that's the story of the dancing plague of 1518, and all I can say is I'm glad that people still do this shit because we're never gonna run out of topics for the show.
That's Please, world, keep on doing fucked up shit so we can keep going with the podcast.
But maybe send
Yeah.
us some Twinkies in the mail or something like that.
Man,
You got
really-
Twinkies on the brain.
You really do.
I like them.
You know
Do
what?
you really?
Yes.
I like the thought of a Twinkie. I like the idea of a Twinkie, but actually, every time I eat a Twinkie, they're always disappointing.
The execution's
That's how I
poor.
feel about Taco Bell.
You know, you just say things to be mean to us, Kevin.
No, I
I'm
don't
serious.
like Taco Bell either.
Like,
He's right.
but I loved Taco Bell, and now like Sheena and I sometimes will be like, oh, we should get Taco Bell. Yeah, let's do it. And then we eat it, and we're just like, oh, it's fine. It's not.
That happens with donuts too.
Oh, I love donuts.
Yeah. I
They're
don't
a weakness
digest them
of mine.
properly.
They're
a
no
weakness of mine.
tiramisu.
Oh, you and your fucking tiramisu.
It's goddamn delicious. It's heaven. It's heaven
All right.
on earth.
Cheers. We're gonna cheers to Frau Trophia.
Aw.
It's
All
not
right,
easy.
Frau.
It's not
Frau
easy to
line.
start a 2-month dance party on your own. So may she rest in peace, or dance in peace, whatever she wants to do.
Oh wait, did she die? I know 15 people were dying today. Was she one of the ones that
No,
died?
they don't know.
Oh, okay.
They don't know.
Well, she's probably died since.
I'm pretty sure she's died now. Yeah, yeah, she's dead now.
Unless that
Yeah.
dancing fucking really helped her out.
Yeah.
She was H.H. Holmes' first victim.
She was in really great shape by the end of that week, though.
Fucking killer abs.
Just killer body, killer
and
body.
bunions. Don't look at her feet.
A lot of bunions.
Hard to keep a bunner. Hard to maintain an erection by looking at those feet.
Thank you, guys. John, enjoy the next 2 weeks of your journey, and we'll see everybody next time.